I was driving on Saturday when I saw a Range Rover with a private plate that read R18 Bond. And my first thought was, there's someone who's made some money, and it's probably ribbon related. You don't buy a plate like that unless you're proud of what you do, and you don't put it on a Range Rover unless the business is doing well. It stuck with me. Ribbon? Really? How much money can there possibly be in ribbon? So I started digging. And the deeper I went, the more I realized that ribbon is one of those weird little industries that quietly makes people rich while everyone else ignores it. It's simple, it's scalable, and it sits inside dozens of other industries without anyone noticing. And keep watching, because later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the money works in this business. And the margins will surprise you. It's far more profitable than you'd expect from something so simple. But before we get to the money, let me show you what I found. Ribbons are everywhere. They're on gifts, on packaging, on wedding bouquets, on clothing, on craft projects, on corporate events, on product launches, on hampers, on Christmas decorations, and even on the giant scissors at grand openings. They quietly sit in the background of dozens of industries, and because of that, they create a business opportunity most people completely overlook. Most products have one audience. Ribbons have dozens. A wedding planner needs them for bouquets, favors, invitations, and table decor. A small e-commerce brand needs them for packaging and unboxing. A craft shop needs them for hobbyists. A corporate gifting company needs them for hampers. A florist needs them for arrangements. A bakery needs them for boxes. A hotel needs them for events. A charity needs them for awareness campaigns. And every Christmas, every Easter, every Mother's Day, every birthday, every anniversary, every school play, every graduation, ribbons appear again. That's what makes this business so powerful. You're not tied to one market. You're not dependent on one season. You're not stuck with one type of customer. You can sell to consumers, to businesses, to retailers, to event planners, to manufacturers, and to online sellers. And because ribbons are lightweight, easy to store, and cheap to ship, you can run this business from a spare room without needing a warehouse or a van. There are two main ways people get into the ribbon business. The first is buying in bulk and reselling. This is the cheapest way to start. You buy wholesale rolls of satin, grosgrain, organza, velvet, or printed ribbon, cut them into lengths, or sell them as full rolls and package them nicely. This works brilliantly for Etsy, craft markets, small retailers, and hobbyists. You can start this route with a few £100s. It's simple, low risk, and perfect for testing the market. The second way is where the real money is: custom-made ribbon. This is where you have ribbon manufactured with logos, brand colors, Pantone-matched designs, or specific patterns. Businesses love this. E-commerce brands use it for packaging. Corporate gifting companies use it for hampers. Event planners use it for weddings and launches. Florists use it for arrangements. And because it's custom, the margins are far higher. You can start this route with around £1,000 to £2,000 for your first custom batch. And once you have samples, you can sell to businesses who reorder again and again. And here's the clever part. You don't need to manufacture anything yourself. Ribbon manufacturing is already dominated by specialist factories, especially in China and parts of Europe. They can produce satin, grosgrain, organza, velvet, printed ribbon, sustainable pet ribbon, and even extra-wide ceremonial ribbon. You simply place the order, approve the sample, and have it shipped to you. Your job is not to run a factory. Your job is to build relationships, create demand, and supply the right ribbon to the right people. Marketing is where this business gets leverage. Ribbons are a visual product. They photograph beautifully, they look premium, they look elegant, and they instantly elevate whatever they're wrapped around. That means your marketing is built on transformation. Show a plain box, then show it with ribbon. Show a simple bouquet, then show it with ribbon. Show a hamper, then show it with ribbon. Show a wedding table, then show it with ribbon. Every photo becomes a piece of marketing. But the real leverage comes from partnerships. This is where ribbon businesses explode. Event planners already have clients. Florists already have clients. Corporate gifting companies already have clients. Packaging suppliers already have clients. Wedding venues already have clients. Craft subscription boxes already have clients. You don't need to find customers. you need to partner with the people who already serve them. Imagine supplying ribbon to a wedding planner who does 30 weddings a year, or a florist who needs ribbon every single day, or a corporate gifting company that sends out hundreds of hampers every Christmas, or a packaging supplier who wants to offer branded ribbon as an add-on. These partnerships turn your business from a small Etsy shop into a steady B2B supplier with predictable monthly orders. You don't need much space. A few shelves can hold hundreds of rolls. You don't need expensive equipment. A good pair of scissors, a ribbon cutter, a heat sealer if you want clean edges, and some packaging supplies. You don't need a shop. You don't need a van. You don't need staff at the beginning. You can run this from home, fulfill orders in the evening, and scale as demand grows. As you grow, you can expand your product range. Seasonal ribbon for Christmas and Easter. Wedding ribbon bundles. Craft ribbon packs. Logo printed ribbon for businesses. Extra wide ribbon for ceremonies. Sustainable ribbon for eco-friendly brands. Hair bow ribbon for children's accessories. You can even sell ribbon by the meter, by the roll, or in curated sets. The more niches you serve, the more stable your business becomes. And now, the part I promised you earlier, the money. Here's how the financials actually work. Ribbon is one of the few physical products where the margins are genuinely impressive. A standard 25-meter roll of satin ribbon might cost you $1.50 wholesale and sell for $6. If you cut that same roll into themed packs, you might turn 80 pence of ribbon into a 10-pound product. And custom-printed ribbon, the kind used by businesses for packaging and events, can cost pennies per meter to produce and sell for 50 pence to a pound. That's why this business works. You're buying something for pennies and selling it for pounds, and the more value you add, the higher the margin goes. And once you understand those margins, the monthly income starts to make sense. If you start small, buying wholesale and selling on Etsy or to local retailers, you're looking at 500 to 2,000 pounds a month. Once you add curated packs and start working with event planners, florists, and small businesses, 2,000 to 5,000 a month becomes realistic. And when you move into custom printed ribbon and B2B partnerships, supplying packaging companies, gifting companies, wedding venues, and corporate clients, 5,000 to 8,000 a month becomes achievable. Some niche suppliers go far higher because B2B orders repeat and scale. You're not just selling ribbon, you're selling presentation, you're selling branding, you're selling the finishing touch that makes something feel premium. And because ribbon is cheap to store, cheap to ship, and used in dozens of industries, it's one of the most flexible, scalable, and overlooked small businesses you can start. You can begin with a few rolls in a simple online shop. A few weeks later, you're fulfilling orders. A few months later, you're supplying local businesses. A year later, you're importing custom ribbon and partnering with event planners. And now you're running a small, profitable business that pays better than most jobs. And you own it. Ribbons might look simple, but simple products often make the best businesses. Start small, keep it focused, build partnerships, and you'll be surprised how far it goes. This is MicroBiz 365, giving you a new idea for a low-cost business every day of the year.